Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Hello, early learners. It's me, Mrs. Read-Wright. Welcome back to the Art Room. This week we have been talking about Paul Klee, and he was an artist that was also a musician. And we found out when he was young, he learned to play music when he was 7, and then his grandma gave him chalk and he worked with art, and then he decided he would rather be an artist than a musician, but he could do both. And he was interested in doing both, and he went traveling around the world, and he met his wife, Lily, who was a concert pianist. And when she played in concerts, he was a stay-at-home dad for their son. And he worked on his art and took care of their son, and he enjoyed his life and being able to do his art without having to go out and do other kinds of work. Now, the word inspiration, it goes like this. Inspiration, a great long word, inspiration. Inspiration is what gives us ideas about the artwork we want to do. And what I wanted to do was show you this next art. After we sing our hello song, we're going to look at it and be inspired by it. We don't need to create it just like he did. You don't even need to use the same colors that he did, but I'm going to talk about that after we sing hello to one another. Remember, it's an echo song. Hello world, my old friend, it's another day, glad to see you again, The sun is up, I'm ready to play, hello world, well, what do you say, Alrighty, so I was talking about inspiration, and we have the painting today that Paul Klee did that is very childlike. As a matter of fact, children don't believe that a grown-up painted this. So let's sing the song about Paul Klee, because it tells you he does childlike art, and he loved children's art. He liked children's art almost as well as he liked any grown-up's art, and it goes like this. Who's the artist we'll study today? His name's spelled Klee, but we say Klee. Childlike art and colorful too. What is the project that we will do? So I'm going to go over to the easel and point out things on the painting called A Child's Game. Meet me over at the easel. And here it is, A Child's Game. And it is mostly one color. And it has lots of lines out of black. Part of this he used tempera paint, and part of it he used oil pastels. So I think the part he drew is with the black. And look, one of her eyes is brown, and it's supposed to look like a ball. And the other one is a rectangle with the letter S in it. And that eye was used for seeing. There's a heart here because she's singing out. Down here is a goose next to her. And here is the top notch of the goose and its beak. This is a flower garden, and you can see one leg is going back and one leg is going forward, so that tells you she's running. One of her arms is stretched out in a horizontal line, and this arm comes up from her side like a 7, and then her hand and arm are out here. Up here is one of my favorite shapes. Do you remember? I like to use that spiral. And between her legs as she's running is the ground that has more flowers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be drawing the black lines, and I want it to look kind of like hers, so I'm going to make this part that looks kind of like a little top hat, and under her chin is, you can see where her face is. I am going to do the brown ball of her eye, and maybe I'll make this box with my special letter, a C, in there for Claudia. I think I will add an heart, and look at these down the front of her dress. What would you call those? Buttons. I think so too. So I'm going to go to my easel, get out my black pastel or my black permanent pen, and start to draw the black lines. Here we go. Let me take this lid off. I'm going to go from the top. I'm going to put this top hat like that, and the top hat like that. Under her chin, there was that mark of that. I'm going to put the box around for her eye and put the C in there. I think I'm going to outline the other one that was supposed to be like a ball. I am going to put a heart out in front. Now, one arm is like a 7. The bottom of her dress is a curved line, and I want that horizontal. See where that one arm is? I'm going to go across and put her horizontal line for her arm. I'm going to make, well, she had 4 buttons down the front of her. Hey, somebody else we know had 4 buttons. Do you have to do 4 buttons? Absolutely not. You do however many that you would like. Alrighty, so now I'm going to start painting in some of her dress. And you know what color I want to make it? Yellow. I want yellow because it's like his, plus it's sunny. Let me move up a little bit so I can get in here without making the paint run down off of her dress. I want my buttons to be a color rather than black. So I'm going to wash my brush a bit, and I'm going to reach in here and get myself some red, because red is my favorite color. And this red that I'm using is really a pinky red. And I'm just using the tip of my brush because I'm afraid I got too much paint on it and it will roll down my painting. You notice I was inspired by his art by putting buttons, but I didn't make them black. And that's okay. And her eye, that is shaped like a ball, is brown, but I'm going to make it a blue one. I'm going to put lots of polka dots along the top. If it's supposed to be like hair, it will be kind of like, or maybe it's raining from underneath her hat. I'm not sure which, but here's her mouth. And she had 2 nostril holes. I am going to make the goose, and we know the goose is kind of like a candy cane that goes down, and I think this is one of its legs, and it has a little bit of a scoop for its head. I could paint that in, but I think that the pen will make it nice and black. All right, let me get my paintbrush. And I'm going to move the easel over a little bit, boys and girls, because I'm having a hard time reaching my paints. All righty. Let's see what color I was going to do here. Oh, I needed to add the top notch of the goose. Binkety bonk. And there we go. And her legs are in some tights. And I think I'm going to make my tights kind of an orange color. And remember how we said she was running back and one was running forward? What color do I want her hat? I think I'll make it a blue-green, really make it different from the original painting because I want it to be inspired by, but not exactly like, his work. Now, do you see what it means to be childlike? Do you see where children might think, hey, did a grown-up really do that art? Look at it. It does look like a child did. That's why they say childlike, like a child might have done. Oh, catch that drip. Might go on to her eyebrow. Oh, her eye is kind of going down too. All righty. We see that her arm needs to go up, and I'm going to make it that kind of brown color that I put in the painting from emerging from the gray, so I'm going to make it go up, and some fingers. Even though we know we have 5, I don't know if he put 5 or not, but we always know that the thumb points in and have part of the hand off of this one. I wonder if the background would look really good if I colored in a color like maybe some grass at the bottom. I'm mixing my green, my light green, and my dark green. Is there grass in his painting? Doesn't look like it, but there are flowers over here. And I'm going to put some of the leaves in the background to make it look like it is very garden-like. I'll put some flowers in there just by touching my brush. Does yours look like mine? Maybe, maybe not. Put more flowers here. Oh, that one did try and drip onto the next part. Oh, I think I like this pretty much. In order to make my background a little more like sky, we know that the sky goes from the top all the way to the grass, but I wonder if it will look the same color as my hat. So I think I will use my pastel and just do this. See, I'm doing mixed media, putting in things with watercolor and a black pen and some pastels. So when you come to class, you can always just bring all of your materials and think, oh goodness, look at this. Boys and girls, you know what else I wanted to show you? Some of my Georgia O'Keeffe work that I had finished from last week. I'm going to call this finished for right now. So let's take ourselves back to the chair and we will see what we can see. I have lots of books by Paul Klee about his artwork, and I have them all spread out here, and that's how I study the artist before I come to class to tell you about him. So tomorrow we're going to do his self-portrait, some people think. It's called Senecio, and I know some of the children in our classrooms have this print and their teacher will teach it to them. The word Senecio means old man. So maybe Paul Klee thought he was an old man and painted it. It's going to be childlike too. You will be surprised at how most of his art looks as if a child might have painted it. So tomorrow when you come, if you will bring anything you want to color with, I'm going to be using chalk pastels. You've seen my oil pastels. I've never brought my chalk pastels before, but that's what I'm going to be using. And if you want to use some of your sidewalk chalk, it'll work the same way if you use a piece of paper that's a different color than your sidewalk chalk. So come ready to do the self-portrait, and you might even think about doing your own self-portrait. I'm really glad to have you here with me today. We won't sing a goodbye song, just say so long to you. Goodbye, boys and girls.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.